Hey, what's up, guys? This is Matt with Just for Fun. Today we're gonna play a port. We talked about porting a few times in our series of videos. Uh, I had made a sweet pauper deck called Lifegain Pets, and I basically wanted to play it in Modern with a few changes. And really, the biggest reason why I wanted to play this deck is this card. So this is a sweet card that I always wanted to try in limited, which wouldn't work, right? But in that format it wouldn't work. But this is a sweet card. It's I was playing with that black-white combo deck with the Sanguine Bond, and Pristine Talisman is in that deck, and that got me thinking about this card again. And I was like, you know what, this card is pretty sweet. Like, if you can flip this card, and it helps, its activation helps you flip it, then it's a pretty hard to deal with win condition, right? Like, not every deck plays main deck artifact removal. You're gaining life to stay alive long enough to get to it. You're capping them for 5 every time. If you have multiple out, it becomes a very fast clock. So I think it's a sweet card. I wanted to play with it. So in Modern, there are 12 of these that are legal. So Soul Warden, Soul's Attendant, Essence Warden all do the same thing. What else is gaining us life in the deck? Centaur Healer, which would probably be Kitchen Finks if I had them, but I don't, so it's going to be Centaur Healer. Harmonize, which would be Restoration Angel if I had them, but I don't, so it's Harmonize. Thragtusk, which would be Thragtusk, and is Thragtusk. All these things that gain you life, right? Baneslayer Angel kind of gains you life, but you're kind of winning at that point anyway. But it's just sweet. It's awesome. And I wanted to supplement these with things that do 5 damage. So that's why we have Thragtusk and Baneslayer Angel. They add up easily to a win. One of Banishing Light as a catch-all. I always like to have this card in a white deck. Bow of Nylea is very nice. This is like a Planeswalker, I think. It's like, it costs you 2 mana every turn, but it gives you minor advantages that kind of add up, and the static effect is pretty good. Attacking creatures you control, you have Death Touch in a deck with 12 1-mana 1/1s. So that works. There's some synergy there. You can cap a flyer, you can start making your dudes big, you can gain life, which is the most important one. And we also have Sprout Swarm as another backup win con annoying card, tough to deal with, way to gain life, just gets out of control. Love this card from Pauper. I figured I'd play it in Modern. Tonight's Deck Tech brought to you by beer. It's what's for dinner. And Path, because why not play a 1-mana removal spell to get rid of stuff. The point of this deck is kind of to stall with all the life gain until you can play Chalice of Life Death and win that way. So, or Sprout Swarm, or Thragtusk, or Baneslayer Angel. I mean, you have a lot of ways to win, but I'm not playing the infinite combo like I do in Pauper, because it's way too easy to deal with in Modern. I mean, I guess I could try a version like that too, but this time I wanted to play with this card. Now we also have some Blossoming Sands to help us gain some life in the main deck. In the board, we've done some, what I feel are interesting things. So we've got Day of Judgment and Fog. So against a deck that's playing a lot of creatures, that's going to be hard to, that has a lot of repeatable sources of damage that you can't just outpace with the life gain. This is your plan, is to board into a more controlling type of deck, board out 8 of these dudes, and board in 4 Day of Judgment, 4 Fog. And that's going to keep you alive way better than the little 1/1s are that are not going to be able to attack through or anything like that, right? So these are better, surprisingly, these are better against decks that don't play creatures. Now, Firewalker means, against red deck, is pretty impossible to get rid of for a lot of decks, and gains you lots of life, keeps you alive, and this works really well with Bow of Nylea against a red deck because you can just make it, it's not that imposing on its own, but with the bow it becomes imposing rather quickly. Revelation kills enchantments, you know what that does. So this is, something I've been playing around with. It's not perfect, I wouldn't call it competitive, but I've had some fun matches with it, and hopefully I can capture some more fun tonight.